Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday. I feel like I got something on, but I had to go and I knew it was something was on because I was looking at YouTube before and then my daughter called and I forgot to cut the volume down over here. But we good now. Hey Cookie, hey Avalie. How y'all doing? I'm gonna give it a minute. Let everybody get their notifications, and I'm gonna do some adjusting because my camera, it just does what it wants to do. So let's zoom in a little bit so we can not have all the things, but it's okay. We're here, we showed up, we pushed the button, we are great, we're not complaining. Hey Paula K. Hey Letty. I'm just trying to say we have our water, I have my coffee. Zal popped right on in when I said that. Got that coffee. Why? Because it's 66 degrees in my studio. And is. Okay, we got that. So this needs to go over a little. Close your eyes a little bit, y'all. I got to move it a little bit. Just a tad. Just a tinch. Just a twinge. I think that's straight because everything on my desk is crooked. So it's kind of hard to tell if it's straight. Mariah will come in and let me know. That ain't straight. Straighten that up. Okay. We need people. You just finished your coffee. Oh, Ava Lee, my bad. That's my second cup of coffee. Because the first cup of coffee has all of our good stuff in it. And then the second cup of coffee is just for luxury. I need to run upstairs and get my tablet. Okay. And Zal, I need to email you your tracking so that way you can keep up with your package. Let's put this over here. Let's do that so we can see the check. Carla. All right. And first off, in this live stream, I want to send a big, y'all, we're praying for Rosemary, who is not going to be here today and tomorrow because she's having surgery. So we're going to make sure we keep her lifted and, make sure the doctor's doing all the things. So y'all kind of let her run across your thoughts so that way, we can do what we say we do over here at Create Joy Studio. Yeah, we do more than slap paint on paper so that we can heal one brushstroke at a time. We have a great community. Okay. Who else popped in? I got Carla, got Cookie. Did I say hello, Cookie? I don't feel like I said, hey, Cookie. And I got Lydia. Okay, is that all right? And anybody else that's in the balcony? I got Ava Lee. All of my balcony peoples. Hello. Welcome to Create Joy Studio. Y'all, we are 30 days in. Okay. World Watercolor Month 2026. We are 30 days in. Today is day 30. We have been here every single day. This year, I made sure that I had nothing that was going to interrupt World Watercolor Month. We even started off the month with guests in the studio, which lets me know we can have guests in the studio. We can have fun. Hey, Maddie. Hey, Darcy. Peeky hands. Hello. Hello. Darcy, I saw right before I pushed this, you got something new for me to watch. So I'm got to check that out. Isn't this beautiful? So I was on the phone, FaceTime with my one of my daughters, daughter number two, right? And so she had me chuckling. I just, how you talk to people and you want to interject. Well, we're the type we just got wait, what, kind of thing, right? So I had put my end on mute so I wouldn't keep interrupting because I want to know, but I got questions as we go. So I put it on mute. But then after we are done or whatever, Blake kept going to the door. So I was like, all right, Blake, let's get you squared away. So I took Blake outside because so as I was walking him out, and the grass is thicker over here because it needs to be mowed because it's been raining. Remember yesterday I got off the live and it poured down. It was storming, storming. But today, well, yesterday it rained and then it left. Like it looked like it didn't even rain. But it did blow a lot of things down. And I have a princess tree. If you don't know what a princess tree is, Google it. Princess tree. Why not? That's, your girl. Why not? I needed a princess tree. I didn't plant it, but the Lord did because he knew I was coming. So it's outside, and these are the leaves that it has. Now, let's move all this aside. I'll show you that in a minute. Let's put this up there because this is what made me pick it up with this beautiful palette. Because you know, we've been using these granulation watercolors. That seems crooked. There we go. See, when we get something that we can measure it to, there we go. I think that's it, right? Boom, that's it. I'm happy with that. Sorry for the movement. Oh, fast. But look at this. Look at this whole side. And it just, it worked out for me. I liked it. I picked it up. I brought it in. And because I'm not pulling out the gel plate, but this would end up on the gel plate because of texture and the lines that's in it. But it's going to continue to inspire us as we watercolor today, as we slap paint on paper. All right. Let's move that over there. Let's close that. Oh, let's put our do not disturb on because we don't want nobody calling, knocking us off. We ain't got time for that. We do not. All right, I got the chat up over here. What is that? Let's hit that and then put the chat up. Hands across the water. Oh, hands across the water. And then let's hit that. There we go. We want the chat up because I need to be able to see my chat. I got it right here, but I get it over there first. So I don't want to miss nothing. And then if y'all have any questions as we go along the way, just at Slap and Paint on Paper or at Create Joy Studio. I think that's what this is. What is this one? Me. Then. Or at that one, Create Joy Studio. That's actually the studio. Because I'm going to do along the way somewhere, when I get to doing this stuff, we're going to have it set up to where I have a camera over there. And, we're working on some things. We're working on some things. Not really, but we're working. Ava Lee says, hello, everyone. I'm here and listening. I'll be in the balcony for a while. All right, Ava Lee, thank you for being here. All right, everybody, hydrate. Hands across the sky. Oh, that's a song? Hands across the sky. Hmm. I feel like I gotta check that out. I don't know. Oh, that's some good coffee right there. All right, let's move this back over here. Oh, that be the theme song for Carla and Cookie collaboration. Hands across the sky. Oh, yes, that's what I thought. So, Carla, that's what I was thinking. Hands across the sky because Cookie's in the UK, and yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I didn't know it was a song. Okay, got it. Got it. All right, so anytime you see the flowers, for those that might be new to the channel over here at Create Joy Studio, where we slap paint on paper so that we can heal one brushstroke at a time. These are my flowers, and they've got a lot of use this month. So that's what these are. And you can grab yours. This one is Joshua, and this one is Tanika. And these were designed in memory of my two children who have passed on. And these evolved from watercolor. This is actually a watercolor print that I did, and Mariah saw it. She's like, and then there's a whole video for that. So turned into a thing. Now, remember I did these the other day and stamped them out with archival or something. I don't remember. But they popped out and I cut them out because I was watching Bitty Penny this morning. Y'all know. And I cut these out and then I put the background. I left it on the Misty. This is the actual background. And, so that's how that got done. Because y'all know I'm walking into my car making whirl over here, but I put it off the desk. But I needed to do this. I thought that was a beautiful background, right? And after these are the leaves that I'm going to kind of cut and, kind of poke in there and poke in there. But we're going to talk about these first because yesterday, is Alicia here yet? Alicia? She's not here yet. So yesterday, Alicia said something about acrylic gesso. And I couldn't speak to it to say yes or no. All I could say was that wasn't my experience as far as I could think. I just didn't get it. So what I did last night was I put no gesso is on this one. No gesso. That's what it looks like. And then this one has light gesso. Man, I just shellacked the light coat of gesso on here because she said that the it gives you a little bit more time, or it keeps it in place. I can't quite remember. I wish he was here. Or if y'all remember from yesterday, just kind of put in the chat what she had said. But again, it's not my experience. And I think it's because I don't do a lot of wetty wet. I think because to me, they look the same. Y'all tell me, do they look different to you? And now the colors, don't pay attention to the colors because y'all know this is my good green over here, and this was my just getting started green. But by the time it ends, that has nothing to do with it. So today I am going to start. I'm going to shellac some acrylic gesso on some paper. And y'all know I have my Fabriano watercolor paper, and that's what I meant to look. I meant to see. I know it was a date for the sale to go off. Watercolor sale ends. Oh, that's no, it did end. I need to change that. Wait, no. Yeah. So now watercolor, Jackson has watercolors on sale. Yo, I don't even know if that's a good or a bad thing, but we're not going to buy no watercolors, right? But they did have Fabriano paper on sale, and what that tells me is I didn't check out. Oh my goodness. So, let's see. Holbein is on sale. Mm-hmm. Because remember we did the Holbein granulating paints. So the Holbein granulating paints, there are 24 colors available. Yeah, so they have, oh yeah, they got watercolors on sale. I don't need nothing. Rosa Gallery. Y'all know I love me some Rosa Gallery. They're on sale. And for those people that were talking about Kuretake, Gansai, Tambi, they're on sale. I'm just saying, don't let me threaten you with a good time, but let me threaten you with a good sale. So the Fabriana paper, I think it's not on sale anymore. You know what? Let me click that link. Hold on, guys. I want to make sure I give you all the good stuff. Because when we're going to get to the good part, we already there? Okay, yes, they still have the paper on sale. So why not have paper and watercolor on sale? And the Fabriano watercolor paper, the 300 GSM, which is 140 sheets, 140 pounds, they have. And the actual spiral, they have some of the spirals available. They're on sale. So yeah, click on that link if you want some watercolor paper, because I love Fabriano watercolor paper. Okay, it's my paper, it's my thing. And if you've also been following Kerry as he does his work in the Venzia Academia paper book, that's also on sale as well. And that paper is by Fabriano. If you like an art journal that way, you know I make my own art journal, so I don't buy art journals no more. Okay, that's that. I just wanted to make sure that was a good link. So you click on that link, and then let's go back to because I would like if y'all, if y'all do your thing and you over here and I inspire you to go shopping, I would like for you to use my link. I would. I'm just saying. Ain't no shame in my game. This is the life we lead. We like to have fun. Um, in the description notes below, I do believe that they are there. I do believe. Let's see, click on that. The show notes, click on that. Yep. The affiliate link. Yep. The PM Artist Studio to the stamps. To get your gel plate. Get your link. Yeah, the Jackson, the paper. Yes, it's all there in down there. So yes. Okay, we're on. We're good. I don't want to lead you astray. I do want to inspire you. I do. But I do not want to lead you astray. Because y'all know we got enough going on in life. We got enough issues. We don't want to deal with that. But y'all know what? Yesterday we were talking about how we handle that fear, and fear is a dead end. Today we are going to continue. We're going to rise above the issues. And I had to write on my thing because my daughter said something, and I just said, hold on, let me write that on my desk. You have to fight to get up every day because of what we were talking about, and she just, kind of like people just don't know. Like literally, we have to fight to get up every day. Some of you guys have to fight to get up every day. Eddie, what's up, Eddie? in my crystal voice. I'm not gonna do that, but Lynn, I missed you Sunday. We missed you. Oh, there's Alicia. Okay, Fabriano sale is until Friday, tomorrow. Tomorrow. So the World Watercolor sale probably is over tomorrow too, because tomorrow is the last day for World Watercolor Month. Y'all sad? I am. I mean, don't threaten me with a good time. I'll show up every month. I'll show up every day next month too. Now, don't threaten me with it. We did a great job this month. Y'all give yourself a hand. If you've been here anywhere, anytime on this journey with me for the last 30 days, whether you was on team replay, whether you just popped in, hit that thumbs up button. By the way, hit that thumbs up button. Share the live. Share it. Put it out there to somebody. I'm not gonna say give it to somebody you don't like, because if you don't like them, then they ain't gonna like me, and we don't, we ain't. Let's not even. We don't. So we've been here. We've showed up for 30 days. 30 days. 30 days of creating. 30 days of learning that blank piece of paper is not something to fear. It's just an invitation to create something fabulous like us. So as like I said, don't fear it. Like I said yesterday, we talked about fear and how fear can literally lead you down a dead end road, and you're standing there all by yourself while the rest of the world is out there doing their thing. So today we're talking about the conversation how to take it one step further. You forgot about Sunday? Oh, it's okay, Lynn. And we forgot to push the button to record it. So, but we had some good things I learned, but I learned how to use my big shot. I will tell you that. I wish I could say there's a video for it, but it's not. So for those people that fear a blank piece of paper, you just fear a blank piece of paper. You get a new tablet that has all this paper in it. Has 30, this has 30, well, it's not 30 no more, but it has 30, it comes with 30 pages, which is really like 60, because on the Fabriana paper, which is another reason why I love it, you can flip it over, flip it, and paint on the back. Oh, I got my stamp, got some ink on the back. You can flip it over and do it on the back, which is why I make my art journals out of Fabriana paper. Oh, listen, let me show you, because I don't feel like I've showed y'all the art journal. What did I do with it? Did I tell y'all I cleaned my studio? I've cleaned since the last time I'm sorry, I didn't clean. That's a bad word. I kind of moved some things around. So hold on. Look at that beautiful card right there. Excuse me, Blake. Craft the lunch. Tomorrow we're gonna do a walkthrough. We're gonna slap paint on paper tomorrow too, but tomorrow probably will be a marathon, because I want to go over everything we've done. And I also want to still slap paint on paper. Right, so we're gonna do it. Carl says she put me on the big screen. Okay, while you fix lunch. Laura still with you, or is Laura gone? This is Fabriano paper. Now it's World Watercolor Month. This is why this book is not done. For those who've been hanging out with me, you'd be like, Carrie ain't did that book yet? No, it's all about World Watercolor Month. I haven't even slapped paint on the gel plate since the girls left. No, but we're going to do it. So this right here is Fabriano paper, and I make my art journals. Oh Lord, I hope I don't get the pages dirty, because I got ink on my hand. Usually I have gloves on because I don't want the paper. This is actually one that I'm going to sell. So this is a big one. And this is the cover. And when you open it up, that's going to be what the inside's going to look like. So this is going to be Coptic stitch, right? And so it'll go like, yeah, let me do that. I don't get any ink on it. So it'll be like this. And put it together. And then I'm going to stitch it. I'm going to stitch it. So you see the places where already you won't be able to see that, because the thread will actually go through it. Have I poked holes in it? Yes, I have. So this is one, and this one has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8. So 18, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It has 9 chapters, right? Which means 18. So you get it, how much paper you get, right? So I can't wait. I really can't wait till I do it. I don't know why I didn't do it because it is going to be a watercolor journal. I mean, a watercolor art journal. So I could have did it this month, but it's all about paint, right? So this one will be in my shop. It'll be in my shop after I finish it. But there are some that's already in the shop. All you have to do is go over to Slap and Paint on Paper. If you like handmade art journals, I make mine handmade. I got tired of trying to find the perfect art journal. So why not create your own? And did. So that's that. And they're made from Fabriano paper. Oh, Alicia's here. Alicia, hello, Alicia. Okay, let's do a little backdrop. Let's do a little backdrop, right? Okay, I feel like somebody came in. Paper and Promise. Hello, Paper and Promise. You made that notebook so beautifully. Thank you. It ain't done yet, but it's gonna be done. Welcome, welcome to Create Joy Studio, where we slap paint on paper to heal one brush stroke at a time. Paper and Promise. Is this your first time over here? If it is, welcome, welcome. And if it's not, welcome back. All right, let me back up and do some housekeeping. I do apologize. I got excited. Y'all know I get excited when we get to talking about slime paint on paper. Paper and Promise said, do you take custom orders? Yes, I do. If someone wanted to mix different papers together or something like that. Yes, I do. So Paper and Promise, what you can do is go over to my website, Slap and Paint on Paper, or I think there's a place in there, or just reach out to me and we can talk about it. We'll get on the email and talk about it. You send me pictures, do whatever. So yes, to your questions, yes, I do custom orders. Painting, I kind of do custom orders, and the only thing the person can give me is maybe the colors they want. But as far as what kind of flowers, that kind of puts me in a box, and I don't like being put in a box because y'all know I slap paint on paper to heal. It's my therapy, and when you kind of put me in a little box and want to constrain me, that takes away the joy out of it. Y'all know I like doing stuff for the joy of it. I don't got time for all that other stuff. But if it's gonna give me joy what you want to create, then yes, that's gonna make me even super duper excited. So yeah. Okay. We're on to the last day, and I am truly excited and a little sad that we only have one more day after this. Um, um, Bobby, is Bobby here? Did I miss? Bobby is Zany Love, right? Or do we have another Bobby here? Oh, Paper and Promises, Bobby. Okay, got it. When I see Bobby, I'm used to Zany Love. Eddie, are you slapping paint on paper today? What are we doing? What are you doing today? I can't wait to get your new stencil. I already have designs, eyes and designs on it for cards, because you know my mind goes straight to card making today. Um, I'm in my happy place, paper and paint. Yes. Okay. Okay. So where did that go? It didn't do what I told it to do. Okay, there we go. Gotta make sure my camera stays right. Gotta make sure. I have been making containers. Oh, you've been doing the containers. Now, Eddie, do you keep all your containers or you share? Do you share? I'm asking for a friend because I have a whole box of cans. I'm just saying. Um, oh Lord. Do not disturb. Didn't I put do not disturb on? Let me drop that right there, and that'll stop that from coming through because some people can get through still. Okay, so back to this. I've given all of the little housekeeping stuff. If you're new to my channel and you're not subscribed to the channel, don't worry about it. Don't rush. Hang out with me for a little bit. Hang out with me for a little bit. Don't push the button. Don't subscribe yet. Because by the time the live is over with, you might decide, yeah, no, I don't really like her. And then you got to unsubscribe. And that kind of messes up my analytics. So just hang out here. Let's just drink some coffee, get you some water, some tea, get your paintbrush. My approach to it might not be your approach. Because most of the time, when I slap paint on paper, I'm trying to keep my sanity. I'm trying to keep somebody from getting slapped. I'm trying to maybe go to the doctor so I don't have to slap or cuss somebody out at the doctor's office. My slapping paint on paper is for my mental after the loss of not one but two children and a granddaughter. And now that life is just serving up like every time I pull up the internet, it's just like another mother's lost a child. So again, then I take on that because I'm an empath and I just try to pack everybody's little stuff on my shoulders. Now I am doing better. Slapping paint on paper helps me release that. So that right there is why I create the way I create. Now, what happened to you may have changed your life. But it does not get to own the rest of your life. Yes, I've lost two children and a granddaughter. I've lost an aunt, an uncle. I've lost my dad, people that are very, very, very important to me and my heart, friends. But we don't want to just walk every day and be like, oh, we're just sad. And every time people see us and they like, how you doing? And then you burst out into tears. I mean, you might, and that's okay. But you kind of want to get to a place where you understand that there's still joy on the other side of that. Right. So as I stood by two caskets at one time and then had to stand by my son's casket, I knew from surviving my daughter and my granddaughter that I knew on the other side of this casket, this situation with my son, I knew there was joy on the other side. Why? Because I'd been there, done that. Right. I knew that this point in time, I needed peace. So I knew that whatever I've gone through in my life personally, there is still purpose on the other side of it. So that's really why I come and push the button, the live, to now encourage other people, right? And sometimes you reach the other side one brushstroke at a time. That's why I show up. And I'm not for everybody. A lot of people don't like to hear it. And I'm okay with that. I don't care. It's my journey. It's my lived experience. And you remember what I said yesterday? Just because we are different, two different people, two different colors, two different cultures, our lived experience is our lived experience. We're not trying to change people's lived experience. We embrace it and we like, okay, we're going to rise above it. How can I help you today? What can I help you do? Just like Alicia said what she said, that took me down the rabbit hole to do this, right? So today we're slapping paper. We're gonna slap some paint on some paper. We're gonna rise above the issues and we're gonna choose not to stay emotionally trapped beneath what tried to break us, right? Because at the end of the day, God is the giver of life and death. So I'm okay with it. Do I like it? No. Does it still slap shit out of me? Yes. And every now and then you might get one of those. But I'm still saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost because the Lord He still loves me. Oh, I'm so glad I'm free of all that other stuff that we won't go down that boat. But remember, that's why when she said what she said, you have to fight to get up every day. Some of you have to fight to get up every day. Some of you that join me over here on my channel, you have lost a child. You do know what it is. You have to fight to get up. You have to fight to smile. You have to get up and go to work and deal with people who have no earthly idea what you go through. So you have to fight. They want you to be in compliance. Are you in compliance? Are you or aren't you? Right? Well, I feel like some people popped in. The chat just got going. Hold on, let me back up. Dana Jones, hello. Let me do it like P. Dana Jones 310. Hello, hello, hello. How are you, Dana? Welcome to Create Joy Studio. Trying to maintain mental health is a lifelong journey, isn't it, Maddie? But we got this, don't we, Maddie? We got this. We got this. Because what I don't have, you have. And then if we all get together and come over here and slap paint on paper or create a beautiful card, then we get to say, you know what? There's a little bit of purpose. There's a little bit of joy. There's a little bit of peace in today. And I'm going to hold on to that for right now. Just for right now. Hey, Lisa. Lisa, I went on the porch this morning with my broom and my spray. Lisa's popping in for a dental appointment. I hope everything goes okay and they don't hurt you, Lisa. All right, I'm gonna get some coffee because it's gonna be cold in a minute. But I got my water. Okay. Yeah, so that's just where we're at. So let's create some joy. It's World Watercolor Month 2026. Today is day 30. The thumbnail says free to create, but you that's every day, basically. Paper and Promise, which is Bobby says, sharing your personal story makes me love your channel more. Oh, you are a beautiful soul. Bobby, thank you. That's the only way I know how to do it is be very authentic. I don't give out. It's not full disclosure all the time because some stuff is just I have to keep it a little bit under wraps. But majority of the time, I'm gonna tell you about me. But if somebody else is included in my life journey, I kind of have to give you a roundabout way. You know what I mean? But sorry to hear you lost your parents. You were so young. Wait, I gotta go back. Joy through loss is so hard. That's beautiful. Oh yes. Okay, I'm sorry for loss. Thank you. Art has been my place. I've opened up after losing my parents at 36. See, sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for hearing about your loss because that was another thing. If I could get a dollar for how many times people's like, "Oh, I'm sorry about your loss," and I was like, "Well, I'm not the giver of life and death, so I changed it to sorry to hear about your loss because you know Ava Lee just left the dentist office and Lisa is getting ready to go to the dentist office. Mariah went to the dentist office last week. Is everybody going to the dentist? Anybody else got to go to the dentist? I need to make an appointment because I think I got a cavity. I'm not sure. Something's going on over there. But you know what? Life after 50, this perimenopause, there's so much crap. I don't even know what to grab first, second, or third. All right. So let's talk about this. Alicia, I remember yesterday when we were talking about gesso. And while I talk, I could put the gesso down so it could be drying. Sorry, Blake. Didn't mean to bother you. And I need to take this out, take some of this out and put it in another jar. Uh, but and I said that I didn't relate to what you had said, so that took me down a little bit. Took me down a little hole. Size matters. And I wanted to see, so I put a light jet coat of gesso on this one, and this one has no gesso because I wanted to see, like you had said, and I might not articulate it the way that you said it. So please feel free to put it in the chat exactly what you were saying yesterday, so that way everybody knows where we're going with this. Because I know in my mind you said something about give you a little bit more control. I think that was it. Um, and then I don't pay attention to the color. Let's see. Let's zoom in a little bit. I want y'all to see this. Let's see. Let's go in just a smidge, just a smidge. There we go. There we go. And let's move that out of the way a little bit. There we go. So we can see the chat for sure, for sure. I said that watercolor would move around more on gesso. Oh, is more on gesso? Is gesso like oxygal? Is that a UK thing? Wait, first, Bobby, where are you? Okay, Bobby, are you one of our internationals? Because oxgal sounds like that's something that I would hear Cookie say. Karen, I love porches. Both my grandson and I look for porches as we drive around. I have a deck, but it's not the same. Oh, well, Avalie, you would love my porch. Wait, you're in Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay. Las Vegas. Don't threaten me with a good visit now. I'm just saying. Versus soaking into the paper. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay, Alicia, I got it. So yes, that is exactly. So now, basically, what Alicia just said, that is now what that is we've coined that gulp, GUP, gulp. Windsor and Newton. Really, I haven't heard of that one. Gesso is a primer. Oxygal is a wetting agent. Oh, I've never heard of Oxgal. I'm gonna have to look that up. Oh, ox. Oh, I still hadn't heard that one either, Cookie. Okay, but it's so gesso is an octa is a wetting agent. Oh, okay. Okay, so Alicia, gulp, Gub. So what you're saying, that's how when hold on, y'all. Bitty Penny and I did the live Saturday. 4 hours, by the way. There's a video for that. Y'all go check it out. We had so much fun slapping paint on paper. But the granulation does very, very well. It performs better when we put down the gesso. And then what you're saying, Alicia, is absolutely true. That's how that gulp turned out to be so beautiful. Do I still have that card here? Y'all look, I got a box of cards. I told y'all I've been going down the rabbit hole. Or this one. This is a good example of exactly what Alicia is saying. This wasn't watercolor paper, so I don't really have to do that, huh? Because we just really backed it up. I'm glad we talked about it. This is regular cardstock paper. Hey, Marcy. Good morning. Wait, what time is it there? I just realized because you are in California, so that means you're what, 3 hours behind me? But this was gesso on the cardstock paper. This is regular 65-pound paper right here. And oh, that's not that early. Okay. And I put acrylic gesso on the paper, let it dry, and then I came back and slapped the paint on top of it. So what Alicia is saying absolutely is absolutely what that did. So we call that gulp, granulation under painting. Granulation under painting. Because we put layers on top of layers on top of layers. So it's granulations under painting. If you get that, you get it. And we're going to do more of it today because I'm using my granulations today. They're coming back, came back out. We done wet them up and they ready to slap some paint on some paper and we're going to stamp down some flowers. Remember, you can get these if you go over to PM Artist Studio. You can grab yours. You can buy them individually, but I kind of would like for you to get them together. I'm just saying they go better together. When you just, you stamp them down. But if you only get one, they look good together as individual. Because this one right here was made with both of Joshua. Joshua has more detail in his stamp. He was more of a character. She was more laid back. So when we all of this went into the all of the designs and everything went into the stamp, their personalities also went into the stamp. Like even Brad was into it. Brad was like, "Will be more that this one will be more designed." Okay, well that will be Joshua. So yeah, that's how that worked out. All right, so we're good on that because I misunderstood, Alicia. I misunderstood what you said, but at least I got leaves out of it. We're gonna cut these up. I'm gonna cut these up now that we've talked about it, and I'm gonna put them on here. I don't know if I'm gonna do them on live. Not sure. All right, let's pull out the paper. Let's see. Do we have some paper left from yesterday? Do I want to use this? No. I feel like I should have had paper left from yesterday. I cut it up so perfectly. Oh, no, I don't. You know what? Never mind. I don't. I made cards last night. So hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let us get the cutter out. Y'all get to see me cut on the fly again. I did a good job yesterday. Okay, so today, as we do slapping paint on paper for World Watercolor Month 2026, day 30, we're going to talk about rising above some issues. And, when we talk about rising above some issues, and I'm not just saying we're going to pretend the issues don't exist because we know crap exists. All right, this is, hold on, I got to talk 9 inches. No, it's 9 inches that way, 12 inches that way, so it'll be 6. And I like my new cutter. Just saying. There we go. Look at, see? Okay. Karen, I was in a Lyft car the other day and he was playing Roll Out. I chuckled and thought of you in Shot Town. That's it. Roll out. Dun, 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 dun. It is so nice that I be on your mind. Okay, we did this one. I fold that. That means this one is, it won't be six, be half. And what did we say? That was 4.5 and 4.5. I think that's what it was yesterday. But if it's not, we don't care. We're not trying to be perfect with it, but it does make it better now that I put them on card bases. She's so cute. I'm just saying. And Eddie, I did figure out that I could play rollout during my lives. I just would have to keep the monetization button off. I wouldn't be able to make that one, um, or unless I call what's his name and get permission. We can submit it like that. But how many of you know the very thing when I don't monetize that video, then that'd be the one to blow up and it'd be like, oh, okay, we couldn't do that. All right, we got that. Fabriano paper, guys. They're still on sale over at Jackson. If you do choose to get some, do use my affiliate link, please and thank you. It keeps me in paint and paper, right? Just saying, it's the little things. You think it don't matter, but it does. When you use my Blick affiliate and my Jack. Now that I have Jackson's, it does. It's not like Amazon. Amazon gives us, pennies worth, but they're not making pennies no more. So if you go over to Amazon and use my link over there, it would probably give me like 2 cents maybe. Whereas opposed you go over and use my Blick and Jackson, because they have the paper on sale, you get a deal. And then because you use my link, then I get credit for it over on my affiliate. I didn't understand all that in the beginning, but I do now. And I'm happy to help anybody that has affiliate link. If I can get it, I will. All right, we're gonna pull out that brush, and we're gonna pull out that brush, and we're gonna pull out that brush. And we might pull out some more brushes. I'll let you know as I go along. I have a Fiskars paper cutter. It sucks. It never cuts straight. Yeah, I got one over there too. I don't use it no more. But I begged for it, and when Joann's went out of business, I got it, so I'm not getting rid of it. It cuts. It never comes on the desk. Let me just say that it do. But this is Creative Memories. I don't have no affiliate or nothing with them, but I like that one. I do. I forgot. Amy. I think it was Amy K that told me about Creative Memories. I think I had to give up on my Fiskars cutter too. It cut fine in the beginning. Maybe I just need a new blade. From what I've heard, Alicia, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. So if I now my favorite cutter, now don't get me wrong, my favorite cutter, as you can see, is this one. But you see all that wear and tear, and I've had this now for about what, 7 years? Like, let's see. We've been here 4 years, five, yeah, almost 7 years, and it still had to get the finally found the blades for it. But so that's that. Cutters suck. And I know card makers want cutters. They want the cutters. All right. We're still using our water. This is our water for the greens. We're going to stir it up. Why? Because there are pigments, settlements in the bottom of it. And you want to mix it up because why? I use my water over and over and over again. So when I get ready to do green or whatever, it doesn't matter. See, it still has color to it. You don't want to throw your water away. And dedicate a jar to like greens, the dark colors. Um, this one is clean. I got another color. Purples. This is my blues. So you stir that up. I gave up on the We Are Memory Keepers cutter. I have a new guillotine coming today. Oh, Eddie, what you got? I have a guillotine over there that I cut my papers with for my books that I make. I have a big one, big, huge guillotine, long arm and everything. See, still I haven't even went into the paint, and we got color already. And then you mix, clean your brush, go back in over there, swirl it around. You want to make sure you get it, and then come back and put some more over here, and just slap the paint down. There's no, don't go in creating something. You don't want to go in trying to create something, because if you do, then that's usually when you kind of mess things up. Just slap the paint down just for your own sanity, just to have fun. We're just trying to create, get your brush strokes woke up. Get your hands woke up. Don't start out trying to create something fabulous. Now my hands automatically go to creating flowers and leaves. Why? Because that's my healing thing. Flowers and leaves. You ask me to paint a landscape and I'll be like, wait, do what? You want me to do what? I can do it, but I don't like to. Okay, it's called the Furbon 12-inch guillotine paper cutter. What is that thing called over here? Is it big? So strange that we all have such different experiences, right, Alicia? Been using Fiskus for many years. Maddie, but do you have that guillotine Fisker? I feel like now I want to show, because and do you, it's a compact cutter. Okay. Um I think I was asking too much of my Fiskers. I think really truthfully that's what it is. I really think that's what it is. um because I was trying to cut, because like I said, I also make art journals, and so I was trying to cut paper, and because it said you can cut 20 sheets at a time, I was trying to see what it could do, and it just wasn't happy with it. So it would be fine if I put 5 sheets down, and I guess since I was trying to cut watercolor paper in my in the Fisker's defense, 5 sheets of watercolor paper is probably like maybe 20 sheets of regular paper. See how I just talked that thing out? Oh no. I don't know. But listen, we're gonna rise above it. That's what we're doing. We're gonna rise above it. You see how quick we just slapped that down? That's how fast you create. Maddie said, no, I have the 12-inch with the, oh yeah, the one I'm talking about is the big one. Yeah, it's the big one. Um, and it's okay long as I'm cutting 1 or 2 sheets of paper. But again, y'all just saw me cut 4 pieces of this paper at one time, and that it didn't. It cut it like butter. So, and or the other thing is, this is the other thing, y'all, and we're talking about rising above the issues, because rising above means that the issues are there for these paper cutters, and like Alicia said, we all have different experiences with the paper cutters. And when people give reviews over on YouTube about papers, I usually go with what they say. It's like, okay, they said it was good or whatever. And that's usually what I did in the beginning, because y'all know I was new. And I was just like, okay, well, they got this and they said it was good and looked like it worked good for them. So let's do that. Let's get that, right? And that's what I did. But now that I've have my paper and I want it the way I want it, I just want what I want when I want. Doesn't make it right or wrong. That's my whole point. That's the whole point. So that's why I tell people at the end of the day, what works over here in Create Joy Studio might not work at your house. You know, my husband gets in the chat and be like, "What you want for dinner? I'm on my way home." I mean, that might not work in everybody else's house. I'm just saying. But I am still training him, so he getting better. He mowed the yard yesterday, but he had to get on the tractor because he let the grass get too high back there. I wasn't going back there. I felt like a daggone snake could jump up on the lawnmower and say, "Hey, don't cut me." That grass was high. Oh, I wanted that big one for years. It cuts chipboard. Maddie, okay? Let's talk about it. That's what I wanted it for. And Maddie, I don't know what kind of chipboard the lady on the YouTube channel used, but when I got it to cut my chipboard, Maddie, it didn't work. It didn't work. And I think there's a video for it. I feel like there's a video of me struggling trying to get that daggone thing to cut. It didn't work. But I got it now. And I think that's the one thing in my studio that I won't get rid of because I know it still does its job and I'm not dismissing it. See, this how we just slap the paint on the paper. And see, I'm usually in the studio just slapping paint on paper, either looking at a movie or whatever. Sometimes I'm having a conversation with myself. So right now for World Watercolor Month, see, called out Mr. McCoy and he pops in the chat. Not you saying, wow, you know you still in training. Don't act like you ain't. Well, hell, if that's the case, I feel like I'm in training, but my coach just happy with my performance. I don't have nothing to get better, according to my coach. I'm just saying. You know, that's how it is when you marry perfection. Goodness, I cracked myself up. This is why y'all got to slap paint on paper because people out here in the world, they trying to piss you off. I want you to rise above the issues of people. Why? Because today, in the world today, if y'all are on any part of social media, you see what's going on. Y'all know I already told you my feelings on the Noah thing and all the backlash that his mother is getting and all the things. At the end of the day, the woman child is still gone. Like, how in the world can people be so daggum mean? You know how they can be mean? They haven't put those stilettos on. When you put those stilettos on, and the stilettos, my stilettos in life just happen to be I'm a mother who have lost two children who've had to walk away from two caskets. And when you have stuff, when you get away and you start moving on, you just be like, oh my goodness. Okay, I walked away. I didn't fall. I didn't fall because I had people around me protecting me. I had people around helping me avoid hard conversations. I had people that were there saying, don't do this or don't do that. I had people that had my daggum best interests at heart. Right. So for me, I can look back and be like, boy, I wear my stilettos good. I feel like some people can't put on my shoes. You can't walk, you can't even put them on and strap them on and get up and stand in them, no less walking in them. Right. So for me personally, I've had to rise above a lot of issues in my life. Like last week, y'all already know right here on this live, we pretty much had to walk through some crap, but it's okay. It doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a great person when you say, listen, I got something going on. I just don't know how I'm going to deal with it today. But Karen, I logged on because I know you're going to tell me how you deal with your crap and you're going to help me deal with my crap. Okay. Kelly D's work. Kelly, is that my Kelly from Colorado? Is that you, Kelly? Because you know I only know you on Instagram. Oh my goodness. Maddie said, really so disappointed, Karen. Maddie, in my defense and the guillotine's in the Fisker's defense, I think it has something to do with the size of chipboard I was trying to cut. Now, if we're talking regular chipboard you buy off of Amazon, off of the A store, I think it did good. But y'all know, you know, Maddie, I take the back parts of hold on, World Watercolors. Hold on. I take the back part when this pad goes out. I take this part back here because y'all know we crafters, we use everything. I take this part and I use it into turn it into the cover and a back cover for my art journals or my junk journals. And I think it's a little thicker than the average chipboard, I think. But this is what I was asking to cut, and it was just hard. So I just would what I would do is I would measure it out and then I would just use my this tool right here. What this thing called, whatever it is. Hey Jackie. How you doing, Jackie? Oh, Kelly, it's so good to see you. How is things going? Are you still how look, I just feel like we need to catch up. I haven't been back to Colorado in a while. As a matter of fact, I haven't been back since 2021. Yeah, because we moved in the house in 22. I haven't been back. Have I been back to Colorado? No, I haven't been back. I'll be there next year. I think it's next year. I don't know, but we're going to Barbados next year too in June. We got to scope things out for the vow renewal that's coming in 28 or 29. Let's see, 17, 18, 19, 20, 26, 27, 29. 2029 is the vow renewal. All right, let's get to slapping some paint. Really, really slapping all these colors. Let's wet them up. Wet them up. Wake them up. And yes, you're still in the spring. So it's two. You too. It's hot here. Is it hot? Um, it might not be as hot as it is here, Kelly. I remember Colorado hots. They're not that hot. Right now, it feels like it's 100 degrees outside. It's so good to see you in the chat. I'm just so happy to see you in the chat. All right. Look, I kind of got a little sidetracked, because we've done a lot of things together, Kelly and I. Kelly, are you still at the zoo? Y'all, please excuse Kelly and I as we kind of catch up a little bit. It's kind of like it was with me and Maddie the other day. It's like when you don't see these people in your chat in a while, you just be like, oh, hold on. I feel like I got to give you a little. That don't mean I want the rest of y'all to get ghost. Don't ghost me and then come back. Just let me know you need some extra attention. I'll be happy to spotlight you. How about that? Okay. Don't be petty like that and leave me. Okay, I've been here now for almost an hour. This is your official invitation. If you're new to my channel, you're in the balcony or you're just here and you're just like, okay, this rising above the issue sounds pretty good. Sounds all right. She all right. She's slapping paint on the paper like she seems very, very real. Now's the time I'm going to invite you to hit that subscribe button. It's right there. As I say subscribe, it's probably lighting up because you're not subscribed to my channel. Now, let me tell you about the good thing about subscribing to my channel. When I go live, you get a notification. That's if YouTube is doing its job. But hit that bell notification all because I do go live on Mondays and Wednesdays outside of World Watercolor Month. I go live Mondays and Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time every week. So you get to hang out. And then sometimes, check this out. Sometimes I go live just for the heck of it. Why? Sometimes I need to hone in my chi, and I feel like the best way for me to do it is to get on here, slap paint on paper. And most of the time I thought I'd be thinking it's for me, but usually somebody will pop in the chat and be like, oh my god, I needed this today, and then I'd be like, oh, and I thought it was for me. It's okay. What Springs, Kelly? Kelly is in Colorado Springs. Yes, Kelly is in Colorado Springs. And like our time to kind of, when Kelly and I met, that was back during COVID. And so it wasn't a time where we could get together and craft and do all the things. And then I moved during COVID, sold the house, moved in 17 days. And it's like, but we had some good Zoom times though. We've been on some great Zooms and some great people. So that is great. I can say I met some great people during COVID. Yeah. Zal says, when I need attention, I'll ask. Ghosting is reserved for people who work more than one of my nerves. Thank you, Zal. But Zal, all you got to do is send me a just send me what is that? Just send me a message and be like, we cool, we got it. Zal, actually I got something for you. But I'm gonna wait till you get back home and give it to you. Just wait till you get back home. You'll get it. Did I miss somebody else? I feel like I missed somebody else. Dry heat is easier to handle. Yes, dry heat is a whole lot easier to handle. It's the humidity that drives me crazy around here. All right, I think I'm caught up because y'all know I don't want to be too far behind. I like to keep up with conversation just in case y'all have have questions because it's Thursday, it's not Wednesday. Wednesday we haven't had quiet hour for World Watercolor Month, but normally we have quiet hour because sometimes people just, like Zal say, they just tick you off, or we have to let them go. We have to do the Teddy Pendergrass. Looks like another love TKO. I have chores to do, so I'm going to lurk mode. All right, Eddie. If I need you, I'll scream like Crystal. Eddie, Eddie, Eddie. Oh goodness gracious. Uh, Okay, so there's no rhyme or reason about me slapping this paint on this paper right here because why? We're using granulating watercolors, so I don't have to be too specific about where I put my paints because this is the gulp process. It's granulations under. So see, we put the granulations down, so it's under. Now we're going to keep putting granulations on top of it. And the granulating paint that I happen to be using is still my Mission granulation two-tone. Sorry, it's two-tone granulation. I spent this morning creating 50 backgrounds on index cards inspired by Darcy. Is that what Darcy did? She did index cards. I got a whole box. Um, I have something else too. And Darcy, if you're in still in the balcony or if you're still here, I have some card catalog. And most of my people here, you know what card catalogs is. If I don't think I have any people that join my channel that do not wouldn't know what a card catalog is. But the card catalog, there was a lady selling some on Macari, and I bought a set, and I wanted to use them in. I've had them now for about 4 years, and I wanted to use them in my junk journal, but I could never bring myself to put them in the junk journal. So now I'm thinking when you say that Darcy has the index cards, kind of the same concept. Index cards, card catalog. Let me see. I think I can show them to you real quick. We might can paint on them real quick. I'm sorry, Blake. I finally found my artistry. What's that place name? I found this. These people. I have been looking paper art artsy. Yeah, I have been looking for this stencil forever, and I finally found it. So I'm going to be using this. I love this stencil. I mean, not stencil, stamp. Okay, so let's put these over here to dry. We got one, two, three, four to dry. So here they are. Y'all remember these? Y'all remember? You remember? Got to run meeting. Okay, Paula K, I see you around. Um, but uh, I think I'm like P when it comes. P can't tear up a book. I can tear up a book, but I just have not been able to do anything with these, and I want to. I really do. Really, the lady that had them, she was that was selling. She worked at the school, and they got rid of they don't have these in schools anymore. So she got the case, and it still had the cards in. So there's these, and so it sounds like Darcy, I'm going to have enough, more than enough cards to go over there and do whatever Darcy got going on. Y'all go check Darcy out. Slide paint on paper. I have some feel the same way. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's just not me. Um, use them because I'm gone. The hubby will probably talk. Right? Remember, we had a conversation about that kind of stuff. We do not want our people to come in and just throw our stuff away. We're going to give our stuff a destination, right? So these, look how old these are. Well, actually, these I got from when I helped my son in love clean his when his dad died. So all these, that's why they're discolored. But they're old. And man, you're talking about having a whole bunch of stuff. I was so happy to be there, so I didn't have to. They didn't throw all that stuff away. We kind of put it in a direct direction. So I got some big ones. So I'm gonna go over there and check you out, Darcy. See what you got, cause I gotta put you on, cause I feel like I'm like 3 videos behind. But I have a stack. This is just a handful I pulled out, but I have a stack about like this, probably maybe 100 of them. And see, they already had the hole in them. Maybe I can slap some paint on them. Let's see if we can just do one. Let's do it. I don't know. Let's do it. Oh my goodness. Let's see how it receives the paper. Maybe well, let's see. Because yeah, see, I would have to put some gesso on it. It's not receiving it very well. So we have to put some gesso on it. Maybe I can make it into a little art book. Just the cards themselves. Maybe that'll work. But these were like 72, I think was the date on them. Look here. No, the other ones have it on there. Oh no, these are eight. That one's 82. That one's 80, 84, 84. And some of them I have are 70, 75. It's just like, oh my goodness. Okay, let's put that over there. That'll be a Darcy project. We'll call that. I feel like I need a Darcy pile because Darcy gives you all the things, you know. All right. I'd love to get some of those. That's how I used to look up books in the library, right, Alicia? Do they have a blank back on the card? They're not blank on the back. It's something. Wait, well, yeah, they are blank on the back. Yeah. So I guess that will be easier to paint on the back and not mess up this side, maybe. A binder ring would fit that hole. That would make great prompts too. You're calling out the years, make me feel old. How you think I felt? Look, and it's that thing when that thing said 82, 80, 82, 84. I was just like, oh Lord, I was becoming a mother around them times. Just like, oh Jesus. But look at us now. Um, Look how many, like, talking about rising above the issues. You look back on your life and you look how far you've come. It's like daughter number two was saying that, she realized how far she's come, because like she had a situation where she could have just went off on somebody, and then she realized, like, God, look how far I've come. Because why? We rise above the issues not because people are deserving of it. We are deserving of it, right? It means that you can be honest with the fact that, yeah, they said what they said, they maybe hurt my feelings or whatever, but it means that you can be honest about the pain and still remain committed to your peace, because it's all, who's important? You are important. My joy and my peace is what's important for me. Do I go off on everybody? No. I don't know about now, because ever since last week I think I kind of been a little snappy peppy, and a little petty. Just saying. But it hadn't really bothered me a little bit. A little bit it made me, guilty about some things. But then after that, I was like, you know what? You got what you deserve. Because how many of you know people take your kindness for your weakness? And they think you just gonna keep on showing up and forgiving them, or either they think they can come up, keep on showing up and talking to you any kind of way, right? But once life has served you with tragedy, there are moments in life that kind of divide that story for people. It comes in two parts: who you were before it happened and who I am now that I've learned to become afterwards, right? I know what it feels like to have those thoughts. And I know it's overwhelming for sometimes for me. Sometimes I just really need to just pop somebody in the head. That's what I really be wanting to do. But y'all know me. I'll go outside and I get on the lawnmower and I'll be like, okay, mowing this grass, I'm mowing down all of how I feel, trying to get it under subjection. But there are moments in life that divide you. They are. There's just no way around it, right? And I know what it feels like when grief changes the way you see the world. I know what it's like. Like literally, I can separate myself from Noah's mom at this point because I don't know what that side of my life would have looked like if it would have went down the rabbit hole the way hers is going. Why? Because there are people that came on the phone, they had conference calls. It's like, hey, cut your social media off, undo this, undo that. And that way I really believe it saved me, for one, having to deal with the cruelty of the world, right? There is joy after the tragedy. Sometimes you just don't need to know what everybody think about the situation that you're going through. And then who cares? There's joy after the tragedy. There's life after death. It may not look like the joy you had before, and it won't. My life will never be like it was October the 3rd. October the 4th changed. October the 5th was different. October going on, every day was different. It will never be the same. Like it will never be the same the way it was August the 23rd. It will never be, right? So ask yourself, what is it going to take for me to move forward now? Ask yourself. Don't ask somebody else because it's not their life. They don't really get to put the shoes on like you do. You have to walk this journey out for yourself. And you need to make sure that those shoes are designed for you. Don't go pick up somebody else's order. Like you can't pick up Karen's order. My shoes wasn't designed for you. It maybe is not meant for you to know what life after the death of a child is. Don't go pick my shoes up. Don't come in my kitchen trying to cook with my pots. My pots were designed for the woman who knows what it is to maybe have to bang a pot or two. It needs to sustain my grief, right? And that's why slapping paint on paper changed my whole thought process, changed my whole world because I knew watercolor said, "Hey, you can't control me. You come on over here and try to control me." And I got all down and would be trying to hold a brush and be like, "Get right there and stay right there." But how many look at that water? The water doing its own thing. So slapping paint on paper became more than an art technique for me. It became a way to interrupt the thoughts that were taking me out. Like, what are they thinking about? Okay, I don't really want to be around them. Are they mad? Are they upset? It just helped me pause and think about myself. It helped me breathe. It helped me move with the feelings that were going on in my mind. Like, it helped me really, really, really take care of me. And then, not really that I was trying to be selfish and not be around other people, but I just didn't want to be around people. There were different reasons why I didn't want to be around certain people. There were different reasons why I didn't need to be around certain people. These are the things that you have to do. So hopefully me coming over here doing lives help you navigate what your next look like. And rising above the issue, if you have issues going on, don't worry about it. Just ask yourself some questions, right? And me personally, I needed a safe place for my emotions to land. Everybody couldn't deal with me. I mean, hell, Mr. McCoy could barely deal with me, so I knew I could barely deal with me. Let's just talk about that. I'd get up in the morning and be just like, oh, I don't feel like getting up, right? I didn't want to do it. But art helped me process my emotions without allowing those emotions to really, really, really send me down a depressed road that I probably wouldn't have been able to get off of, right? So, this is one of the reasons why my emotional intelligence matters to me so much now. Hey, Bernadette, what's up? What's up? What's up? Right? And now that I've really been honing in on my emotional intelligence, I think I'm learning how to just, address people without really addressing them. Because y'all know we got rude people that's in our life. And sometimes they happen to be family and we don't always want to, kick family to the curb, but sometimes we need to put family and give them their boundaries. And sometimes you remember we have to put some fire on the fence. You have to put some fire on some fences. And for the if you're new to the channel, you're like, what the world is fire on the fence? Well, I'm here in Alabama and around here we have people have cows and things, and in order to keep the cows in, you got to put some fire on the fence, electric fences. And so I'm telling you, if you have some boundaries that people they still they still disregard these boundaries, you might need to put some fire on the fence. So when they come up, you be like, not today. And you walk away. Not today. And you walk away. Not today. And you walk away. Right? Because you can't always, people, again, they will take your kindness for your weakness and they'll be like, oh, she'll be better tomorrow. So now it's no. Well, can I? Mm-mm, no. Well, will you? Mm-mm, no. Well, why not? Because I don't want to. Bye. No. So sometimes people need them hard boundaries and don't be upset about it, right? Art helped me put up those professional boundaries. I call them professional boundaries, right? Art helped me process my emotions to know which ones needed real hard boundaries because I still love them, but I did not want to allow the emotions that they would bring and drop on my table to kind of spill out. So, and then other people was having to suffer from, sometimes when people piss me off, other people were having to get the brunt of that, and it wasn't even their fault, right? Because y'all know me, I told you I don't have time for foolishness. Tell me how I can help you, and if I can't help you, then okay, I'm gonna move on. But what you're not gonna do is keep slapping me and expect me to keep showing up. We're not doing that. And then you're not gonna piss on me and telling me it's raining either, right? No. So don't let people do that to you. Okay? Don't. And if you need, last month, June, we've been talking about emotional intelligence for a while. But emotional intelligence, basically, we have, what is it? Four is self-awareness, self-management, um, oh God, what's the other? Personal responsibility. No, it's not personal responsibility. Self-management. Well, it's management. It's management, relationship management. That's what it is. And social awareness. That's it. That's it. That's it. Those things are important because you cannot rise above something you refuse to identify. That's why we have to have self-awareness. You got to name what you feel, how you feeling, who made you feel that way, why did they make you feel that way, and why did I have to go down that rabbit hole for myself? Because when I would be grieving, I had to ask myself, okay, well, if I'm grieving, then they didn't really piss me off because the grief came from somebody else doing something. It's not their fault. So I would have to really go and walk myself off that ledge and be like, okay. And then sometime I'd have to go back and maybe apologize. Sometimes. Sometimes. Now that I have emotional intelligence, I know, Karen, why are you feeling this way? Why are you angry? Why are you feeling disappointed? Why are you feeling a little bit afraid right now? Like, what's really going on? Like, why are you about to spaz out? Like, I had to ask myself those questions. I had to stop lying to myself and saying, I'm fine, right? You're not fine. Like last year for y'all know I do an annual friends and family for around Turkey Day for the world, but I call it friends and family because we get friends and family together. Had to add friends on there because of my grandma. She just like, that's not family. Hey, friends and family, grandma, friends and family. Chill out, lady, chill out. Hey, she 100 years old, 99 and a half, so we let her have a little bit of her way. But and family friends turn into family, right? So this last year it's I spazzed out about, not even really spaz out. I just wanted what I wanted, right? And then other people want what they want, and then at the end of the day I just be like, this is my house, I get to have my way, so either like it, lump it, or get out. But I can't do that all the time, right? So we have to find a happy medium. So after last year, that's why I started going on this emotional intelligence. It's like, why was you angry about that? Like, why did that really, really tick you off? And then once I answered the question, right, answered it for myself, then and only then did I realize it wasn't what was said, it was who said it and how they said it. And I dealt with it afterwards, but I had to figure out what it was for myself. Right? So when you're honest with yourself about what's really going on and why does it really bother you, then and only then can you go and honestly approach somebody else. Right? So if somebody came into my live and they're just like, well, I just really don't like the way you watercolor, that wouldn't bother me. But somebody walking into my house telling me what to do and what not to do, that pisses me off. Not because they're physically in here, but my house is my house. Like, I'm the queen of this castle. There's only one queen and there's only one king. And anybody else that comes in, you come in after. You can give your opinion unless I give you a project. So this year we're giving certain people projects. The people that wanted to do so much last year, this year I'm just gonna be like, yo, you want to do this? You're responsible for doing this. You're responsible for doing this. You're responsible for doing that. Now, I'm not gonna micromanage. Ain't. What I am gonna do is when it comes time for food to hit the table, if it's not there, I'm not gonna even go off on the people. I'm just gonna be like, I guess you thought putting on this show was easy. It takes a lot to be a host. It takes a lot to be me. Me and my daughters, we always say we're good at it, but we are just OCD and we know what we like, and we can't even function with each other in the kitchen. Let me put that out there. Like if my daughters are in my kitchen, I can't be in there with them because they're mini me's. Daughter number two, she is almost a mini me. It's just like the things that bothered me used to bother me. I'm just like, let it go, baby, let it go. Don't even be there. Don't do it. Don't do it. And that's only because I've just learned. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Welcome to Create Joy Studio membership. Kelly, we get to hang out on Zoom. You just missed it. We did it Saturday. I mean Sunday. We usually do it on Sundays. Oh, I'm super duper excited. Y'all are gonna enjoy it, Kelly. Oh, that makes my heart happy. People ask me why you don't want to leave home. I mean, I just sit right here and have fun with y'all. And then we get to hang out. And we're going to Barbados next year to hang out with Paula K. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And then, oh, child. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, let's put some stems on these. I think I've slapped enough paint and made enough flowers, made enough backgrounds. Look at this one. This is why granulation watercolors will make you look like you know what you're doing. Look at this background. I don't even want to do anything to it. Technology is amazing. Here's the other thing. Technology, when COVID happened, that was when technology just really showed out. It's like, oh, I ain't got to come to your house. Oh, let's pull up the Zoom. FaceTime. We got all the things. The paints Karen is using today are granulation watercolors. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Sorry. I got to talking and painting. See? Y'all, I'm just over here in the studio. I just pushed the button and let y'all hang out with me for World Watercolor Month. That's it. It's day 30. That was it. I just pushed the button. It was just like, hey, let's go live. I'll just be talking. I want y'all to understand my journey. And yet the question gets asked, Karen, how do you still do it? How do you show up? How do you still smile? This is how I do it. I slap paint on paper. I'm honest with myself. When grief knocks me out, I come on here and tell y'all, I'm just having a day. I'm having a moment. We share it, we walk it out, talk it out, and then we usually be all right. We be all right. But lying to myself, I don't do that anymore. When somebody hurts my feelings, I'm like, all right, why did that make you mad? Why are you disappointed about it? Is it grief that's bringing these emotions up? Right? Why am I hurting? Am I feeling a little helpless right now because I can't go and cuss them out like I really want to? Like, or am I just grieving? But I'm not. It's like, but I am still allowed to show emotion if I'm grieving. But can this person handle my grief right now? So self awareness allows you just to notice who you are in the moment when things are happening. And then you have to pause and then respond later. Don't respond to them right away. That is emotional intelligence. Usually when you see people out here, like we're seeing all the things where people out here that going off in parking lots, and next thing you know, somebody's shooting somebody and somebody's dead. There's no reset button on shooting somebody. Gone is gone. They're gone. Every emotional situation does not require you to have an immediate response. The parking lot isn't that daggum important. Get in your car and just leave. I know it makes you mad. I know you want to cuss them out. I know you do. Oh, I know you do. Why? Because I do too. I'm done asking the question, what would Jesus do? I already know what I want to do. I want to cuss them so and so's out to the nth power. I want to Bernie Mac them so bad till they will be like, wait a minute, do she even know how to pray with that mouth she just used on me? She do. But I am Martha Thomas's daughter. I told y'all I was raised by the best. She know how to say it like her and Bernie Mac can sit down and have a conversation, and it'd be like, oh, and y'all know I like somebody that can cuss very well. I do. I do. I'm saying. Don't judge me, and if you do, I don't care. Just there's nothing better. Like I like someone that speaks very eloquently and use words where you don't have to wonder what they saying. Like they kind of give you a little bit of context of the big word So you know that it's just like, wait, okay, that's what that means, even in the same time. But you know me, I like to cuss you out with the big words and watch you stand there and bleed because you're trying to figure out what I just said. That's me. That's petty me. That's petty me. I am. I am. But when you done pissed me off and sent me there, cutting grass, don't even resolve it. But does that cussing out bring you joy or positive energy? Not for me. But does that cussing out bring you joy or positive energy? Not for me. So Eddie, what you're saying, you need to cuss them out. That's why I stay home though. You know, we go to the Hooby Looby, and if you know, you know. We go to the Hooby Looby, and we only go to the Hooby Looby when we really need to. We don't just go to the Hooby Looby willy nilly. Mostly I'm listen. I'm asking y'all to use my affiliate link. And most of the time, I'm using my own link to get my own stuff. Right? I don't know what's taking Michael so long. I guess I'm gonna have to send a thing. Be like, yo, no, I'm saying I don't waste my time cussing out someone who doesn't. Yeah, that's what. Okay, I want to make sure that's what you were saying. No, uh, uh, Eddie, you listen. We'll talk. But um, yeah, these people are out here in these streets. They're just doing too much, and that's their lived experience. It's not mine. And I guess I'm saying with those stilettos I've walked in, I just don't have time. Um, some hit Karen's reset button. She's glitching. Karen's reset button. Is it? Ooh, let me check over here on eCamp. That must be that got to be what that thing is. That might be YouTube because my video over here has been great. I ain't even paid it, didn't even see it. Y'all getting glitchy? Let me know. Hi Jenny Parker, welcome back to Create Joy Studio, where we slap paint on paper, one brushstroke at a time. Ooh, ooh, no glitching. Yeah, I'm looking at. I didn't have any, but I don't know. Oh, maybe that's what he was saying. He needs to reset. She's glitching. Some hit Karen's reset, but oh, I don't know. No glitching. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, cool. Um, but yeah, there's no reset button. She was referring to your train. Uh-huh. Okay, gotcha. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Slide paint on paper. I thought, and I'm not saying this to say COVID was a great and wonderful thing. I'm just saying over here from my lived experience after COVID happened, right after my son's death. Um, everybody being separated and having to go home and go in the house, I feel like that saved me. I feel like that really, really saved me. And then that invited me into a group of people who were using art to create. And so then it woke up something in me that was sleep because I was a mother. I ain't had time to paint. And then once the older kids got old enough to do the projects and the art projects with the younger kids, it's just like, okay, they got that. So I didn't do it. But after I joined Create Confident Canvases group and saw all the beautiful things, I was just like, oh, great. You're talking about packages coming to the house every other day. Every time somebody was teaching something, I was like, oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. But I was doing acrylic painting. I was doing Bible journaling in my Bible. So I was creating, I was doing coloring book. I was coloring with color pencils in my adult coloring book. So I was doing that. So I was kind of setting myself up to succeed because I knew I didn't want to take 3 years to come back to my sanity because after my daughter, I feel like it took 3 years. And then I woke up one day singing that Karen White song, How Did You Get Here? Right. So I wanted to wake up, wake up every day on purpose, for a purpose. And my prayer was, God, just give me my joy back. God, just give me my joy back. I don't know how to get my joy back. How do I get my joy back? Like, I know I have to walk this new journey out. I know this is part of my new life. I do. But how do I do all of this and still, how am I going to ever smile again? I still have children. How am I going to still be able to interact with my children without feeling sad about the two children that I've lost? So these are questions that I had to pray about, deal with, and do, right? But the thing that helped me was slapping paint on paper because Confident Canvas had the girl had dots and dust on, and when she started slapping watercolor on, because y'all know I was scared of watercolor in the beginning. Just saying, I was like, I can't deal with the water. I can't control the water. I don't want to do no watercoloring. And she said something on that daggum while she was teaching. She's like, hey, if the water bothers you, don't worry about it. Just put a lot down on the paper and then just kind of put some paint in and just move it around. And then she created the most beautiful flower out of it. And I was like, OMG. So after that, I was like, okay, don't threaten me with a good time. That's not what I said back then, but that's basically what it was. So after that, I went to the Hooby Looby and got me some watercolor, got to some inexpensive Hooby Looby brand. And the rest is history. What y'all see now is what it took me years to kind of perfect. But I have a series of paintings. I have a series that is called Her Tears. Hey, Mariah. Mariah said, I've been handling business this morning. Now I can hang. Ooh, yeah, we like when you handle business. Come on through. Come on through. But the acrylic paintings and the mixed media piece is called Her Tears. And I called it Her Tears because I realized as I was painting, I was bent over on the easel was laying down and I was bent over and I was crying because I was sad and slapping the paint down. And the tears, as the tears dropped on the paper, just like, let's use this, just like the tears, like this is dropping down. That's how my tears was dropping on the paper, like so. And instead of getting a piece of paper, I mean, getting a tissue, wiping it off, I said, you know what? No, let's take that brush and let's take that tear and incorporate that tear into my artwork. So that's why the series is called Her Tears. So anything that tends to have my tears on it, and granted, I still cry. I'm not, I'm grieving. I haven't arrived. There isn't an end point to grieving. It doesn't go away. It's a part of your life now. It's who you are. You've lost someone that you love. And to say you don't grieve anymore, that I feel that that's a lie, right? We might not grieve and crying and kicking and screaming, and that's not what I'm talking about. Grief is anything that makes your heart hurt, right? Even losing jobs. People grieve losing jobs. So when you look at it from that perspective, right, you're like, oh, okay. And that's what I had to own. I had to own the fact that I'm still grieving and I will never stop grieving. I had two things to compare. It was 12 years between the death of my daughter and granddaughter and my son. And I said, well, if God kept me all these years from there to here, I know He's going to keep me after this. But how am I going to do it? So I had to pause so that I could navigate. And when I say pause, my pause wasn't like a day. It wasn't in a moment. My pause was sometimes weeks and weeks and weeks. But at the same time, I was slapping paint on paper. And at the same time, I was still cussing myself out. I was still mad. I was still angry. Because if those of you that don't know, my son didn't just die. He was taken. Someone just literally showed up, took his life. So that in itself of how he left the world would make me angry. And I would go from angry to sad to acceptance. I would do all the stages of grief in probably like the span of 2, 3 hours. But what helped me walk it out for real, was slapping paint on paper right now, having conversations with myself, just like I'm literally doing with y'all right now. Except I would be saying a little bit more explicit words. I would. Just being honest now. Just telling you. I'm a girl over here. I love the Lord. He saved my whole sanity. He woke me up this morning. But I think what I love most about my life now is I'm very authentic and I do not have time to be hiding behind the Bible and telling people that they're going to die and go to hell because they said that they question God. That is not the word. And every time somebody says some stupid crap like that, I just want to let them know. Judge it. You got to be, you're not the giver or taker of life and death. So I had to pause in that moment and just be like, all right, God, I know you took, like, okay, this happened. All right, I know. Now help me, right? That's how that worked out. So if you need to really, be angry with God, because some mornings I get up, even now, it's 7 years gone. That happened in 2019. Even now, I get out on the lawnmower and I'd be like, all right, God, we need to have a real one-on-one conversation. I'm mad. Now, what's next, God? What do you want next? And here we are now. I'm all over here on YouTube telling y'all my business. But I'm telling you because what happened next is this is what happened next. I asked God how to get my joy back, and He said, go over on YouTube. Go over on YouTube, push the live button, and just paint. Everything that you're doing right here, tell the people how you're doing it. Because people kept asking me the question. And when I would get, asked to go and speak, they're just like, I want you to speak on how you're handling this. And they're just like, well, okay, cool. So as a speaker, I'm known as the resilient strategist. How do you strategize grief? There's a roadmap, but your roadmap is for you. My address is my address. Your address is your address. How we get there is totally different. You could come to I can give you my address. You can come to my house your way. And then I can be like, oh man, it was like 7 different ways you could have came. So the end result is not how we get to our joy, but let's just make a decision that we need to get to our joy. So we do not always control what happens to us. That's the truth. But at some point in your life, you got to decide what you're going to do with what happened in your life. Other than that, if you don't, you'll stay emotionally stuck. And when people say something to you, you'll cuss them out. Or when people say something to you, you'll just, ignore them, or you won't show up in the world. You'll just start slowly being a homebody. You won't have the energy to even get up and bathe yourself, right? So what happens next is very, very, very important. Very important. After my son's death, I wrote my book Beyond Your Tears, like almost immediately after his death, because I needed somewhere to put those emotions. I didn't want to be emotionally stuck. I knew I didn't. And so it allowed me to let my pain go one chapter at a time, right? But it's not the title of my entire life. Will I continue giving my energy to situations I cannot change? Oh, personal responsibility does not mean you're blaming yourself for the tragedy. You're not blaming yourself for what other people do. I couldn't blame myself for what happened to my son. It wasn't my fault. I did not choose what happened to me, but I will make intentional choices about what I do next. Now that's a fact, Jack. You hear me? Jenny Parker says, I have to make sure I don't call you Julie Parker. Jenny Parker says, 33 years later, I still grieve and call out for my mom. Yes. Yes, my dad's been gone 26 years. And even though we didn't have a 100 relationship, because my uncle was like the father figure for me, and I still find myself just like, huh, yeah, yeah. And then, of course, now living here in Alabama, I have so many moments around my uncle and aunt, because literally where I grew up when I was younger and lived with my uncle and aunt is literally right up the road. So I spend a lot of time driving up that road, just having some moments, but it's part of my grieving process. I don't ignore it. It's a part of my life. It's who I was. It happened, right? So that's what I want to tell you guys is have healthy boundaries. Have healthy boundaries. Even in grief, you have to have healthy boundaries for yourself. I tell myself, all right, you went up that road, you came that way home, because sometimes I will go up that road and come home because I can go up that road, go that way, and come down that way. And it's like, all right, you did that too much this month. Don't do it again. And so then I don't even go that way anymore. I go to Troy, so I don't go to Eufaula. Because going that way sometimes depends on what the day is. I just be having a moment because the Lord knows I miss. You talking about missing somebody. And then when I get with my other uncle and then he goes to talk and I just be like, oh, we just all a puddle of tears right here. But it's good to miss people and have the memories of them. And if you're honest with yourself, you take those memories and that's why I love my junk journaling, because I get to compartmentalize those memories and put them in different parts of junk journals and then flip through them and just be like, oh, that was a nice walk down memory lane, right? It makes me happy. So that's why I say I want you to have joy on the journey. I want you to find peace, right? That's why I wrote the whole thing, and it's a whole stamp so that you can give yourself grace. Why? So grace can help you walk through every bright day of your life. We're already saying you're going to have a bright day. We're not going to always have cloudy days. It rained yesterday. I got off the live because it was stormy. It probably, maybe an hour later, Mr. McCoy's right back out there on the tractor. And I went and got the hedge thing and cut them daggum hedges down in front of the house. Like I cut them down. At that point, I was grieving a little bit. And I was just like, when I cut stuff down, I can cut it up. Because you can't control everything, right? But I was taking ownership at that moment that I was healing. I was healing and I was grieving and I was healing and I was grieving. So I was just like, just cut it up. It didn't mean that I didn't care about the bushes out there. I mean, I want them gone. I feel like Mr. McCoy need to put a chain on them, just yank them up. And as I was cutting them up, y'all, I saw something moving. That's why that's why they stick what I cut off of the bushes is still out there on the ground. Mr. McCoy can get it up. I'm not getting it up. It ain't. But I know I saw something, and I'm quite sure it was what I thought it was. I brought my behind right on back in here in the studio, and right when I get ready to get in here, I'm gonna show y'all what I did coming in here. Cause I ain't into picking up no snake, pulling up no snake, doing nothing with no snake. That's why I want the bushes gone. That's beautiful. Look at that granulation. Okay, okay, okay. I feel like I need to just pause. Cause see what slapping paint on paper does? That was all her tears' fault. See, now I'm gonna have to put on the back of this her tears. Well, no, I can't because those wasn't my tears. It was just an example of my tears. But you got to see how that worked out. So that's that. Okay, we need some leaves on this. I'm not letting you out that door. You went out before we started this. Now sit down and wait. I'll let you out in a minute. All right. Uh, just over here. I need the purples now. Put some purples out here with some greens. Because this one is real funky looking. And drop that right there. We're gonna talk about paint. Anybody got any questions about paint? Because the conversation we just had, if y'all ever get on here, my daughter ever get on here, blame today on her because she kind of sent me once she started talking, the brain just started receiving, and I was just like, all right, God, gotcha. Fine. Okay, cool. All right, let go. All right, cool. Got it. We're not going in there. I'll let you out in a minute. Oh yeah, I'm talking to Blake, not Mr. McCoy. Mr. McCoy is not home. He's in the chat. He's at work. Thank you, Cookie. Although I will tell Mr. McCoy no like that though. I think I don't know, as sometimes people say you talk to your dogs like they're humans. I mean they're living beings. They're my dogs. I love my dogs. My doggy dogs. But it's been too hot to hang out with them though. My cat is, oh my goodness, your cat is almost 18 and now is deaf. We got one, Lily Rose is she's not blind, but she has she has something that surgery could cure. Like she has, is it glaucoma? What's the stuff when you got cloudy eyes? She has that. She needs to have surgery, but I don't know. And she's still here. So, but she knows how to get, like, she can see. She can't see like straight out, but she sees depth around. So she's still good. Okay, let's pull all these out because I'm gonna show you what they're gonna become. All right, we're done slapping paint on paper. Unless somebody needs to see something else, that is it. Slapping paint on paper has now risen above, and we've learned from layer after layer after layer, but it doesn't mean that you have to have limited layers. Don't have to. But remember, a healthy boundary of what you're going to put down is good. That is good. So, yeah, there we go. Oh, that one's still wet. Let's put that over there. All right. Here, come here. Come, come. You keep walking about, and I don't want him tinkling in my studio. Nobody. And also in Blake's defense, Blake is like, every day you're on this daggum. Like usually I'm in the studio, we have a routine. Um, and now, of course, it's hot, or we wouldn't be outside. But now, if he goes out, then I would take him out for a walk. So that's more of what he wants. He wants to go, and then we go out and walk and play a little bit, and then he gets tired, and he comes back in and take his puppy nap. But from the time I was on the live, before I started the live, we did that a little bit. So where are we? I've been on here since 11, 12, so hour. Yeah, so his puppy nap. Oh, it ended early, but we didn't walk that much. So, that's that. Okay, let's move this out of the way. But that's a beautiful palette. It's so pretty. Oh, how did that happen? Oh no. All right, let's pull this out and make this desk beautiful. Let's move our water. Hey, and here's another thing y'all can do. If you paint something, this is a good one, and you don't like it, don't throw it away. Slap some gesso over it. Slap some gesso over it. Gesso is a great starting over point. Let me show you what that looks like. Um, that one, that one. I feel like I got some more. I feel like we did some more. But excuse me. In my now that seems a little, yeah, let's go over here. Do that. Okay, chat. There it is. All right. Oh, it wasn't. Okay. Make sure y'all are on live. This one wasn't on live. The chat is, but I don't know. You don't worry about it. It ain't. Okay, so this one we had flowers. You probably can't see it, but up under there's flowers under there. And then I slapped some gesso over it. Then I did something else over it. Then I stamped over it. And it's beautiful. It's gonna go on a card. I'll turn it into a card. I'll do something with it. This one, same thing. But this one, we did layers. So this was gulp. It was granulations under painting. So you see what I'm saying? The granulations right there is under the painting. Pretty much. That's what gulp means. Granulations under painting. There's a whole video when it became a thing. And Betty Penny just called it gulp. Gulp. G-U-P. You gotta come from the throat. Get down there. Get down there and grab it. Gulp. Gulp. Right? Even in time, you may like your art later. Weird how you can change our minds. Yes, weird how we change our minds. Let me tell you something about that. If I'm watercoloring and I get something and I really just really don't like it, I really will slap. I really will. I really will put some acrylic gesso over it. I really have one because it's just like life. Life shows up and it shows out. Nothing you can do about it. So we kind of put a smile on our face, hence the acrylic gesso, right? We put a smile on our face and we try to show up, right? That's what that acrylic gesso reminds me of. Thought I had one here, but I don't. I know I've done one on the live because I've had somebody just like, I can't believe you just covered that up. You're like, hey, I had to show you something, so I had to cover it up. Oh, there it is. I know we did one. We did one live. Yes, there it is. So this one right here, the flowers was up under there. They were beautiful flowers under there. Think about it this way. Think about it this way. You're having a bad day. Okay, let's back it up. You woke up this morning. You got up, you brush your teeth, you comb your hair, you're having a bad hair day, you throw in a ponytail, you put your makeup on if you do that thing. You go in the kitchen, let's say the puppy pooped in the house or whatever. I don't know, whatever your thing would be. My thing would be the puppy pooped in the house. You go to get your coffee, you put your coffee in the coffee cup, the lights go off, right? So you can't warm your coffee up. Me, I make a pot and I'm usually gonna warm it over. It's gonna be warmed over coffee. So now my day is kind of pissy, right? Okay. Not that it's gonna make me now it won't make me angry. In the past, I would spaz out, just like, oh, like I would spaz out. Okay. Just no. So this is what this kind of represented. You wake up, I mean, you leave home and you're having a crappy day or whatever, whatever. And somewhere along the way you stop at Starbucks, get you some coffee, your day picks up, you go walk through Hooby Looby or whatever. You're better. Right? Then now, so picture up under here. Well, let's do this. Picture it being, this is it. Picture it being all great and wonderful and it's beautiful, right? You got yourself back together. You're good. Okay, great. Then you go to work or you go somewhere else and somebody says something and it ticks you off, pisses you off, whatever, however, cut you off in traffic. Next thing you know, you're spiraling down again. Why? Because you wasn't all the way at the top in the beginning. Now you're spiraling. Okay. That's what slapping gesso on something makes me do. It was beautiful. I want it to be beautiful again. Slap some gesso over it. Paint something beautiful over it again. Granulation under paint. Doesn't mean that it's ugly. We still see the beauty up under there. But what it does mean, it kind of gives you a little bit of a clean slate. I didn't put a whole lot on there. But for me, on my grieving journey, some days I'm going to slap a whole lot of gesso on it. And that's come from my mixed media background because I like to do that and then paint on top of it or whatever. And if I put cuss words on it because I journaled it out and I said how I really felt, I'm going to gesso over it and then I'm going to slap paint over it so you don't get to see those not so nice words on there. And then I'm like this one, I said, trust the process. Trust the process. The butterflies are going to still come. It's great. It's wonderful. It's not bad. Right? But what that does tell me is every day does not get permission to disturb my peace. Right? My emotional intelligence is teaching me to recognize when a situation is affecting my mental and emotional health. So I have to set healthy boundaries. And if a piece of artwork just isn't working for me, I'm going to do something that's going to make me happy. Even in my artwork, it has boundaries, right? Remember, people are carrying some things. Just because, you show up in the world, remember, lived experience doesn't mean it's yours, it's theirs. And it doesn't mean you have to understand what everybody's going through or what everybody's been through. I just want you to give everybody a piece of grace. Love. Love is the greatest of all the things. Everything that people saying, whether you're Republican, Democrats, all the things, love. Love. It doesn't matter if you live in the gate, out the gate, love. Doesn't matter if you have $100,000 in your bank account or if you have a negative $100. Love. Show up and love people more, and you will gain more in life. You don't like them? Okay. Why don't you like them? It's okay. But your mental is more important than whether you like them or not, whether they like you or not. You can care about people without allowing their unresolved issues or whatever to burden you. But if you show them how to love, if you show them how it's supposed to be done, then maybe they'll gain a new outlook on life. Don't know. But I want you to tell yourself the truth in life. Don't exaggerate it. I want you to give yourself emotions where you're safe. Be with somebody that you're safe to express your emotions. You can't always go to people. I realized when my son passed, I couldn't go to the places that I have gone in the past. Why? Everybody was grieving. So I had to personally realize that talking to myself, that was the only person that I could trust at that moment. And that's what I did. I ignored what the belief system said. Yeah, only crazy people talk to themselves. Well, if I don't talk to myself, I'm going to be crazy. But talking to myself right now is making me feel better. And I stopped asking for permission to do it because my pain was about to knock the hell out of me. So I wasn't asking my pain to give me permission to live. I was trying to give my pain permission to just say, hey, we can grieve right now. Let's slap this paint on this paper. Let's have fun. Let's do this thing. Because I don't want to disrespect my grief because I want my grief to show up even when I have joy. Yes, the two can show up together. Grief and joy can reside in the same heart. Joy reminds you that grief did not take everything from you. It didn't. And y'all know what I want you to do most of all of everything, anything. If you don't remember nothing else I tell you this month for World Watercolor Month, remember to have respect for yourself. Forget about everybody else out there in the world. Respect you. Pay attention to what matters to you. Protect your mind. Protect who you are. Protect you. Your mind cannot find peace if you constantly replay the same painful conversation, the same regret. I was talking to Mariah yesterday and it was getting ready to go. And I was like, ooh, nope, well, ain't getting ready to do that. Let's go. Back that up. Yeah, there is no sense in talking about it. Because why? It was going to be regret of something that I woulda, coulda, shoulda, or whatever. We not doing the woulda, coulda, shoulda lane. We're not going to do it. Protect your mind, right? Okay, I went on another tangent again. So somebody maybe needed to hear that. I don't know. Hey, Morena. Don't know. Yes, Lisa, that's it. It's cataracts. That's it, cataracts. So it could be removed. Literally, it could be. Um, I'm sorry. Actually, no, I'm not. I might need to hear that for myself. I don't know. I don't know. See you later. See you later, Kelly. Look, I'm waving the wrong hand. See you later, Kelly. It was good seeing you. We'll see you back. We'll see you soon. Oh, Lord, he's over there eating my mint. Hold on, let me let Blake back in. He likes the mint. Good boy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Yes, we'll get a snack in a minute. Um, okay. So you see how it starts. Okay. This is it. And we're going to walk through this and then we're going to bid you adieu for the day. This is how that turns into this. I got a box full. I'm going to flip. These are cards. I've turned them into cards because y'all know I'm on that. I'm on that card kick now. So turn roses, and this is my stamp. You can grab those over at PM Artist Studio. There's that one. There's that one. There's that one. And all these are, I don't have to open them up. They're all cards. We're just going to flip through because tomorrow I have a lot to flip through and that saves. There's that one. Look at the shimmer. You see that shimmer? Look at that. And if you're new to my channel and you're just like, oh, she does paint. I paint with regular. My favorite, thanks to Maddie, because last year Maddie asked the question, what's your favorite brand? I couldn't answer the question, so we had to go through all of our brands. So this year we know the favorite brand is Rosa Gallery and Daniel Smith. And that's outside of my homemade, handmade watercolors. Handmade watercolors are my best favorite, hands down, no question. But when you go into brands, Rosa Gallery, Daniel Smith. Look at there's that one. So this one right here was one like this. And I slapped gesso over it and painted over it and put roses on top of it. There's that. We did this one. Remember our backgrounds we did? We did this one, the background, and then splattered it. Y'all told me it reminds you of Jackson Pollock. Then when I went and looked up Jackson Pollock, I was like, it does. Look at that. Put it on orange background. Hey, Catherine, how are you? How is things? Okay. Oh, and then, because remember, the flowers that you see, it's my stamp. You can grab yours over at PM Artist Studio. So that's why we put that one on there. Then this one I stamped out yesterday. Remember, it was plain. I didn't color it in. It was kind of like, remember I did these. So these are going to get cut out and done like this. So we have that. We got, and I put it on purple because the purple that was in there, this was, and these are granulating watercolors. That's the gulp technique. Same for this one. And then I went in with a little pencil work, little pen work. Those are those little white pens that P had over, they had over at PM Artist Studio. I got me 2 boxes of them in different sizes. So there's that. Same thing with this one. Did some pen work on there to make them leaves look like they were just popping off the page. And then put this one. Now, this is a thick. This is a 100-pound card base. And it has, I layered it out. Isn't that beautiful? Ready for Christmas cards this year. Hey, Shauna, how are you? I was here listening while I clean. Oh, I am so happy that you had me in the background. Body doubling, that's what we call it. Yes, Catherine, I know. It's just like, what are you doing? Why are you not asleep? You're in the night bridge. I've slept and I'll go back to sleep in a while. Okay. So look at the pen work on that one. That's nice. And some of the ones we just slapped some granulations on just to, putting it down. I'll turn them into cards. There was no reason to do anything else with them. Look at that. Simplicity. It doesn't have to be a whole bunch of brush strokes or whatever. Just slap some paint down, put a little boop, 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 and then put it on a base. Just saying. Don't overthink it. Remember we talked about yesterday, fear is a dead end. Don't walk hand in hand with fear. Don't do it. Choose a better thought. Take a deep breath, take another step, and just, do it that way. Don't walk hand in hand with fear. All right. Remember this one yesterday? It had a big old valley in the middle there. I didn't like it. I cut this down and said, do it. Now that might be for somebody that needs to get motivated, and I'll send them the card, do it, and then put another sentiment right there and whatever. It'll speak to whatever they need to do it. Or somebody on here needs to just do it. Just do it. Carla says, I'm going to rewatch this later. The grandkids are here. One making, I don't know what that is. What I can hear, your messages hits home for me. Love you. Thumbs up and bye, everybody. See you later, Carla. I'll see you over at PMR Studio later because today is Thursday Thoughts. There's this one. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. Look at my flowers, y'all. I'd have to say I felt the type of way when I saw this one. And then in the background, there's flower kind of a little bit, but this one is beautiful. Just splatter, and then that background. This is gulp. Granulations under painting. So this one is very, very beautiful. Which this one kind of goes with that back, that paper, the one back here. This one. These were cut off of the same paper. And I feel like there's another, might be another one, but aren't they pretty? But this one is, I love it. I love it, love it. So it's already a card ready to go. Um, this one, remember, I had the background. So I did this one, put the background on here and put a little bit of distress ink across there. Paula K would be pleased. Look at that around the edges. Woo. And then I think I showed y'all this one. Again, cut my flowers out, splattered a little bit. And yeah, I showed you this one. This is my craft roulette card. Always be on the lookout for the presence of wonder. And then, this is our craft roulette card for those that didn't see it. And this one, I'm going to have to get some bigger paper or I'm going to put it in a frame because I like it, but it won't go on a base. So I don't have paper big enough to fold it in half and put it on one. But I like this one. You see how I left nothing, I didn't change anything, but I think a nice sentiment on here. And to give this to somebody, remember, we don't give cards away to people that throw them away. We give our cards away that people are going to take them and put them in a book or, do something with them. And then this one was the one you already saw. Peace, grace, love, and joy, which is my stamp. And that's actually my handwriting. So there we go. All right, guys, listen. Believe there is more to life ahead. A new way of living, a new understanding for yourself, right? A new level of peace, a new appreciation for ordinary moments in my life and every day of my life. I look for new ways to find joy for me personally, right? Because remember, I can't take care of anybody unless I take care of me first. You know what they say when you get on the airplane? Take care of you first. Put the oxygen mask on you first. You can't serve other people trying to take care of them and you are sitting up here struggling to breathe. The next thing you know, you've passed out. They're over there sucking up your oxygen. They're fine, right? You are allowed to become someone wiser, stronger, more intentional, and to be more self-care, selfish. Don't worry about it. They're going to talk about you anyway. You know what we say. Let's give them something to talk about. That's just how we feel. We're not worrying about it. Okay. So as we close today is World Watercolor Month, day 30. I want you to look at what we've created. It's beautiful. It may be messy. Some of the prints made was messy, came out messy. It may not look like anything that some people plan. Or maybe some people thought that I was going to come out with the beautiful flowers every day. Maybe. I don't know. Don't know. But it exists because I showed up, you showed up, and perhaps you learned something, right? Your life might not look the way you plan. This is my conversation to me, Karen. I know your life doesn't look like you planned. I know your children are not walking in the journey that when you were pregnant with them that you prayed for or you dreamed, right? It's okay. And so as I slap paint on paper, it tells me the colors kind of run together. They run into places I didn't expect. I've lost two children. I didn't expect it. Some moments may have gotten real, real dark in my life. I never imagined being in a place of wondering how I was going to navigate grief from the loss of a child. I did. But you know what, guys? I'm still here. I'm still creating. I'm still giving myself permission to learn. And every day I get up, I'm still rising. Do not confuse a painful chapter in your life with a finished story. Grief and joy, they go together. Fear, no, we don't accept fear. Fear may have tried to lead you, but don't let it lead you. Fear is a dead end. So today, I want to encourage you to go get some paint, slap some paint on some paper, slap a marker, doodle, do whatever you need to do. But joy still has the key to make you happy. Until next time, guys, protect your peace, honor your healing, and keep creating. Because right here at Create Joy, we slap paint on paper so that we can heal one brush stroke at a time. See you guys later.